What up, everybody? This is John Wong here, your friendly head of engineering at the Solana Foundation. Starting a couple minutes late, but who isn't late to their own parties? Let's see. We got some folks joining in on the live stream, some folks shooting over from X, formerly known as Twitter. And, I'm glad that people are taking some time away from their friendly 228 conversations that I'm sure are going just swimmingly. Supposed to be joined by Kaiser. He's always a little late, he was always like this when we used to work together, and maybe that's why we used to work together. But here we are again. Let me find some beats while I get Kaiser going in here. Let's do some lo-fi. Yeah, that's good. I'm excited for today. We got a lot of folks joining in on the stream talking about Solana across America. It's our first episode, and I hope you guys all enjoy it. Where is Kaiser? I feel like, let me just check my thing here. Boy, man. Well, let's see what some of the comments are. Got some comments in the chat here. I got some GMs in the chat. GM from Lulo. Hello, Lulo. Favorite way to save some money. Got some folks here. I love the USA flags. GM. Thank you to all that are chiming in. Where's Kaiser? Where is this guy? Huh. Maybe I need to put out some cat food or something and lure him in here. Huh. Well, let's see. Well, despite all that, we still got 100 people here, which is great. The Luma had 100 and that number's spiking. We're going to the moon. I'm glad there's so many people here interested about Solana in America. Again, my name is John. I work at the Solana Foundation, and I am looking for my wonderful co-host who is incessantly late to everything, wherever he is. Putting a call out to the universe. There's 400 live streams right now. If there was a small cat named Kaiser, I wish that he would show up. One moment. Okay. Well, this is a little bit of an annoyance because guess what? He was the one who made the calendar invite. But, as more people come in, we got 600 folks. Welcome to the first episode of Solana Across America. I'm one of your hosts, the better looking of the two hosts, John Wong, here waiting for my wonderful compadre, Kaiser, who is quite possibly the most American you've ever seen. I know you didn't think that was possible. That is totally the case. All right, let's see, Solana America. I got some Solana Americas in here. Wonderful. Keep it clean in the chats, please. Thank you. Awesome. Sweet. People are rolling in. We got some folks. Thank you all for joining. I can roll solo. Yeah, that's actually totally true. I could totally do that. I could just do this myself. But I ain't no single sequencer. I'm waiting for the rest of my network to show up, and we will do this the decentralized way, which means waiting just a few more minutes for my co-host Kaiser to finally show up here. Let's see. Let's squint hard into the distance and see if he's on a mountain digging for gold or something like that. Great to see some familiar names in the chat. CMST in there. Got some event ninjas. What's up, Ellie? I thought I'm sure you're a little surprised as to how I'm talking about Solana Across America. And let's see. Let me just send my friend Kaiser a quick message. Let's see what's going on here. I see Josh. I see Megan in here. Awesome to see support from the Solana Foundation. 1,700 of you guys, hopefully all around the world. Excited to hear more about what's going to be going on. We got Skyline in the chat. Wonderful to see. And we'll get started shortly whenever Kaiser shows up. Because guess what? He has the slides, even though I made the slides. So this is partially my own fault. I got this cool little, setup here. I'm channeling my inner Austin Federa, missing the glasses and the great hair. But next time I'll find a way to do that. Alrighty. Okay. Kaiser. Actually, maybe if I meow very softly, he will come. Kaiser.
Yo, hey. Well, hey, John. Good to see you.
Yo.
Can you hear me?
Yeah. Where you been?
Sorry, dude. Good to see you. I'm sorry I'm late. I was just killing bears with my bare hands. Ladies and gentlemen, I don't know if you understand what you just tuned into, but you're about to witness something historical, something revolutionary. Ladies and gentlemen, it's Solana in the USA. I'm Kaiser, your obnoxiously patriotic and self-righteous host, and I'm joined by my co-host,
John Wong, here from the Solana Foundation. It's so good to see everyone. And of course, Kaiser shows up 10 minutes late to his own party.
Let's do this. We don't got time to talk about that, John. We got stuff to do here. All right? You ready to kick this thing off? Ladies and gentlemen, it's the first Solana America call, or Solana across the USA, whatever it's called. We're still working on that. You ready to do this?
First episode. Let's do it.
All right. Let's kick this thing off. First of all, let's add a little color to this. Let's add a little, bam. Let's add a little logo on there.
I thought that's what we were.
Looks a little better. How about a little more color in the background? You know what I mean? Something American. Let's. I'll bring up the slides. Some dork made a slide deck for this. I think he overthought it, but it's all right.
Yeah. I made bad slides. Thank you very much. I only make bad slides.
Share screen.
All right. This is the state of crypto in America. It's a little slow.
Let's wait. Look. Well, hold on one second. We got it. We got a little technical difficulty. We're gonna.
Well,
John, I think you need to bring up the slides.
Okay, I got it. All right, let's do this thing.
We don't plan things here. It's America, okay?
America. We're gonna do it live. All right.
Excellent.
We got the good stuff here. Well, welcome everyone to the first episode of Solana Across America. So glad to be here. So glad to see so many folks. This is our wonderful logo. I believe it was actually, this one's not AI. That's good. We did a good job. Someone has a job out there. Who are we? So my name is John, otherwise known as JNWNG on Twitter. Formerly known as X, formerly known as Twitter. I run the engineering team at the Solana Foundation. Been here for about 3 years and been in this call for 10 minutes. So, Kaiser, who are you?
What's going on, everybody? I mean, I don't really need to introduce myself, but I'll do it for the sake of the people.
You should.
My name is Kaiser. I am the founder and president of All Might, a media and entertainment company completely dedicated to accelerating U.S. leadership in crypto. I care about 3 things in life: God, America, my family, and Solana. It's 4 things. Whatever, math is communist. I don't believe in it. We're going to keep moving. What do you think we should do first? Should we talk to our regional community guests from around the country?
Yes. I thought you would never ask. So what we have in store today, we have a few things that we're going to talk about. And I think I'm super excited about this. I think for the last 3 years that I've worked here, it's been hard to figure out who lived where. It's been hard to talk about XYZ. And we are in a different time. And we are happy to highlight the wonderful founders and builders across the world, but a lot of them that live right here in the US. And excited to go through the regional leads, because guess what? There's almost certainly a team that's somewhat near you, wherever you are, mysterious viewer. We're going to talk a little bit about, we're going to have each of those leads come right up and talk about their team, what they're doing, where they're based. What are the kinds of things you can expect from those places? And I'm glad to say that I have met every single one of these folks, so I'm very, very excited about what they're going to say. And then I got we'll talk a little bit about Accelerate. We'll talk a little bit about this upcoming huge conference in New York City, but I won't spoil too much. Let's jump right to the actual important part.
Actually, John, if you don't mind, before we go, I'd like to kick us off with a little prayer.
Oh God.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Amen. Sorry, I just had to get that out of the way. It was something weighing heavy on my chest. Thank you, John. Appreciate you.
Thanks for getting that out. And to the folks at home, who knows if you're supposed to put your hand on your heart, if you take your hat off. You didn't take your hat off, so actually, is that a hat?
I'm not wearing a hat, John. America doesn't wear hats. Also, I do what I want. This is America.
Yeah. Okay. Well, let's get to it. Let's do the regional teams. So, like I said, we got a wonderful roster of regional teams all across the United States, from coast to coast, sea to sea. And so we'll bring them up one by one and let them introduce themselves, talk a little bit about their city. And hopefully, if you hadn't heard about it, you can reach out to them on Twitter. Again, X, wow. And find someone to grab a beer with and talk about Solana. Let's start with the one closest to my heart, San Francisco.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're about to welcome up the one and only, the founder of SF on Chain. It's pretty loud. And also the founder of Griffin, one of the premier AI apps, not only in Solana, but in crypto overall. Let's give it up to my good friend, Tony.
Brother.
Welcome, Tony. Welcome up.
Brother, can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you. Hello, Tony.
How are you? Hey, John.
Great.
We're doing great. The music completely drowned out anything that Kaiser had to say. So, Tony, please, if you could reintroduce yourself for the audience.
Yeah, of course. My name is Tony, based out of San Francisco, SF on Chain, building and bringing people together around Solana and the SF Bay area, but also build Griffin, which is a network of AI agents to do things for you on Solana. We've been at it for about a year now at SF on Chain. Last year, we spent a lot of time doing networking events. We threw around 8, I think, last year. We threw some happy hours. We brought in people from Miami. We brought in people from New York, and everyone had a good time. We also threw about 2 hackathons in partnership with OpenAI, the foundation, and then Robinhood, and then a Blink-centric hackathon. And I think that's the theme that we want to carry forward this year, specifically in San Francisco. The hot meta is AI. So we want to bring people together, not only from Web3, but from Web2 together, to think about AI agents and what building them for capital markets and on-chain means. So I think that's what we're really focused on, and we'll be kicking off events here pretty soon.
It's way too much fun with the soundboard. That's great. I think like SF is the perfect intersection of AI and crypto, and I'm glad you're there. What happens if you don't live in SF though? What if I live in, I don't know, San Jose or Oakland?
That's fine. I'm in Oakland. You just take BART, you take Caltrain, come up to the city, and if not, we'll have an event near you, whether it's in San Jose or in Oakland. The Bay Area still has a lot of culture, and you'll find even if you come and visit, you're going to find a different flavor in Berkeley than you're going to find maybe in Stanford, and then maybe in downtown. So I think there's a lot of fun stuff that can happen in San Francisco, and a lot of people are definitely paying attention to Solana.
I know I am. I'm slightly biased though. Who am I? What's the next event?
TBD. We'll announce it here pretty soon. But I'm excited to meet more people in San Francisco that I haven't met from last year.
Awesome. How can people follow up? What's the handle?
SF on Chain. SFONCHAIN. I think that's the only next step. Accelerate. I won't speak too much on the Griffin side, but just remember, if you want coffee, go to Accelerate. You're going to experience something pretty cool.
It might even be robotic. It might even be AI powered. Looking forward to it. Some say. I appreciate you, Tony. It's good to see you. we're actually going West Coast to East Coast. So good to see you, sir.
Thank you, Tony. Appreciate you. Next, we're going to bring up some people representing Southern California. We're really getting, California's a big state. I don't know if people know. I didn't until recently. I don't really look at maps, but it's a very important region as well. Another really huge center for not just tech but also culture. We're going to bring up the guys from Tidal DAO. Everybody, let's welcome them. All right, is that it? Sorry, it's just you. All right, cool.
All right, yeah, it's just me.
Sweet. John,
Can
please
you
take
guys
it away.
hear
We
me?
should probably have a little structure for this next couple minutes. Yeah, we can hear you, Zach.
Yes,
Okay.
yes. Well, SoCal is quite a big place. California is quite a big state as well. I think people don't realize that, but glad to have you here. Tell us all about Tidal DAO and what you've been doing so far.
Yeah, absolutely. So Title DAO is a relatively, I don't know, new effort, I guess. We had our first event in January of this year. I think we had about 30 or 40 people turn out to that. Last month we had a happy hour mixer at Mountain DAO, which was incredible. And for if you're in the Solana space and you haven't heard of Mountain DAO yet, I don't know what you're doing. But the turnout was great. The vibes were immaculate, and that's more of what we're trying to recreate on the West Coast. We want to find a home or kind of put up the bat signal for people in the Southern California region to come hang out, talk Solana, talk crypto.
That's great. I know a ton of people that live and work in LA. I went to school in San Diego. There's a bunch of folks in San Diego. So there's definitely a rock star crew of folks across the Solana ecosystem. What are the other things that people can look forward to from Tidal DAO in the next few months?
Yeah, for sure. So, I mean, the plan was this year. It sounds like we're kind of following a similar playbook as Tony had mentioned, but really our goal is to host events monthly, at least one event in different, geographic areas in Southern California, to figure out who's where and just get kind of a rolling roster and understand where the community shows up. So our first event was in Venice. We had an event in Salt Lake City, which is obviously a little different just because we were out there for Mountain DAO. But later this month, we're coming to Orange County, probably around Newport Beach, and the details are TBD, specifically on the location. But I'm thinking after that, we're going to come down to San Diego, which is actually where I'm located. And, oh, am I still going? Yeah. So,
Yep.
yeah, we're going to come down to San Diego in April. So, yeah, if anybody here is in the Orange County area, just stay tuned. Come check it out.
Are you
Beautiful.
I know my camera's not working, but you guys going to go to the birthplace of Solana?
Yeah, so that I think there's a huge responsibility and a huge opportunity to have a successful Solana Beach event. And I know for sure there will be a summit there. I don't know exactly when that's going to happen, but there will be a Solana Beach summit. So stay tuned for details on that.
All right, I don't know what's going on with John. This guy's. By the way, for the record, we were doing a bit in the beginning. I was here the whole time. Okay, guys, get it right.
Okay, that's
right.
what happened. Okay,
John, if you're there, do me a favor and click over to the next slide because it's also Tidal DAO. See, I'm on top of it, dude. There we go. Beautiful.
Oh yeah, there we are. Yeah, come check us out on X. Tidal DAO, right? We want you guys to come experience the West Coast, the best coast. California sunsets are incredible. So we're getting into the season where it's time to be here. We'll see you when you make it.
Hell yeah. Can I get a hell yeah in the chat? We don't do W's. We do USA's. You know what I'm saying?
Hell
we do
yeah.
a little bit of a we do one of these. Everybody, if you're in the chat, shout out where you're from. Oh, whoa, what's going on? Laser show. Give me one of those. You know what I'm saying?
America.
Guys, get this chat going. If you're watching right now and you're in the chat, tell us where you're from. Tell us where you're from, and give us a hell yeah for Title Down. Give us a hell yeah for everything we've seen so far. We still got a lot more to go, but we need to keep this energy up. John, I don't know what you're
Hell yeah.
doing, buddy.
I
This is
know,
a
man.
live stream. I don't know if you
My
know.
camera just turned off, but I'm gonna give that one totally radical, bro.
All right.
There we go.
Hell yeah.
All right, thank you, my friend.
you.
Real pleasure. We'll see you again at the next one. All right. Let's give this a quick breather. I'm checking our little. We got a secret chat. Don't tell anybody. But I'm checking. Do we got the Mountain Dew guys? Are they busy? If not, that's okay. We'll talk about Mountain Dew. Everybody knows Mountain Dew. You know what I could use? Could use a drink, John. I don't know.
Oh gosh.
Bing. You know what I'm
Is it gonna
saying?
be I thought it was gonna be Mountain Dew. That
would be good. That would be
made
thematic.
way more sense for this.
But I don't really care about the theme. I just care about getting drunk. You know what I'm saying? America. Actually, little side note. Whiskey brought to you by Baxis.
Oh,
Don't just drink whiskey in real life. Drink it on chain. There we go.
this is not a sponsored ad, by the way.
No, it's literally not. But they should send me some. Baxis, if you're watching, send me some whiskey. It should be sponsored. You know what I'm saying?
It's up to you, bro. It's up to you. Blockchains and bourbon. Let's go.
Actually, a little shout out to them as well. We're there. We might have a little something coming up for the Kentucky Derby for the Solana community. I'll leave it at that for now. A little alpha leak. All right. Let's see if we last check for if we've got the Mountain Dew guys. If not, it's cool. We'll talk about it. We know plenty about it. We've been there ourselves plenty of times. John, why don't you kick us off? Tell us about Mountain Dew. What are some of the great things are about it? By the way, I think these guys have produced the most global hackathon winners in Solana history, maybe crypto history. Really great event that is put together every year.
Yeah, maybe the history of the galaxy, I think.
Yeah, true, technically.
So as of last week, they wrapped the 7th edition of Mountain Dew. I think what started as just a small set of desks and some computer monitors and a bunch of hackers and builders turned into one of the most populous events for builders in the Solana ecosystem and beyond. This time around, a whole month of co-working in downtown Salt Lake City, visited by a lot of folks, had plenty of sponsors, and all the folks that didn't want to go to ETH Denver just went to Salt Lake City to hang out with the Mountain Dew builders. I've gotten to go at least 3 times now, and I think it's just a wonderful time where you get to mix great conversations. I actually saw like half the folks on this call at Mountain Dew. I think it's a wonderful showcase of everything that Solana has to offer, because it's not just about the tech, it's about the vibes. So Mountain Dew, one of my favorites. Kaiser, I don't know if you have any other things to say about the wondrous event.
Mostly just agreement with you, dude. I've been there, and it's a magical thing to be able to just spend full time with people, grinding your ass off, but also having the time of your life, doing snow sports, meeting new people, that, you know, serendipitous business opportunities coming about that are just completely by happenstance. These are the kind of the magical things that happen at these Solana events, and Mountain Dew has been one of the pioneers of that. So huge shout out to them. I think we give them a little USA. We give them a little.
You know, they're probably on vacation and they deserve it, because doing this stuff is just a slog. I know Edgar was talking about hauling air conditioning units on the back of the pickup truck, and now they're thinking bigger about Mountain Dew. They have the space longer, so check out Mountain Dew on Twitter, X. Check out their handles. You know, if you're in Salt Lake City, hit them up. Go snowboarding, hang out, build things, all the cool things you can do at Mountain Dew.
Cheers to that. Love it. All right, so next we got somebody who's representing the city of Chicago, the Windy City, Chi-Town, if you will. Well, an OG in the crypto space overall. Somebody I really respect a lot. Really big brain. Let's bring to the stage Spaceman Dev.
Oh shit!
The dance party now.
Yeah, my bad. Did I curse on stream? Fuck.
Oh man. There goes our streak at 0.
Fuck. All right.
There goes.
Do you care? Do you care if I curse? By the way, just kidding. Doesn't matter what you think. This is America. Freedom of speech. All right. Sorry. I'm done. Welcome, Dev.
Howdy. Excited to be here. I would be a long-time listener, but I think this is the first one.
Yeah, I mean, that means that you've listened just as long as everyone else. You're getting in at the ground floor, as it were. But Dev, tell us about you, man. You've been around for a long time. Where you been?
Yeah, so I've been a little quiet in the Chicago ecosystem. I've letting, Anna from Purina has been hosting a lot of the Chicago events. Shout out to her. Shout out to all of the meetups they've been doing. My goal with Chicago is basically as a love letter to Mountain DAO. I've been to every Mountain DAO except for the very first one, which is around the time that I got into the Solana ecosystem. But as a love letter to Mountain DAO, I was like, I wish more things like this existed. It's one of the best events I've ever been to. It's one of the best events that I like to participate in. And it comes from a number of key things. One, because it's a month long, you don't have to worry about, it's not a high octane, like 3 day, 10,000 person conference where you're trying to like figure out, I can only see this one person for 5 minutes and then I have not see them again for a year or something like that. You get that whole month to work with them, see people over and over again. You work hard, you play hard, you work hard during the week. You have these amazing activities during the weekend. Apparently, there's an echo going on. I don't know if that's from me, if there's anything I can do to fix that or. Oh.
Kaiser, I think you got it. Yeah.
Gotcha. But yeah, so trying to replicate that with Onion DAO in Chicago. Couple of things. One, why is it Onion DAO? That's the number one question I get asked from everyone. So for people that don't know, Chicago is the word Chicago literally comes from the place of wild onion. Like that's what the name Chicago means. It's a place of wild onion. It's what the Native Americans called this land when it got settled back in the old times. So that's where Onion DAO comes from. It's not even many Chicagoans know it. But I thought it was dirty and quirky, and I wanted to call it that. Secondly, one of my goals with Onion DAO and this event is to grow the pie. And so while we'll be doing Chicago-like activities like jet skis, kayaking, go-karting, skydiving, all the social activities that you have at Mountain DAO, but it's Chicago-themed, we'll also be inviting local community members, not just Solana community members, people that are local politicians, local artists. I've worked with communities in like Southside Chicago where we took over like a abandoned elementary school and then we made it into an art piece and stuff like that. And so working with local communities to expand the pie, grow the Solana ecosystem and brand, not just for the community that comes, but also for the people that are here. So that's kind of my goal. That's kind of what I'm working on. It'll be June 16th to July 8th. Just kind of kicked off everything. If you can check it out at Onion DAO, I think the next slide has the what do you call it, the little Twitter thingy that you can go to. It also has a link to the application you can fill out if you're interested in coming. If you're interested in sponsoring, DM me, things like that. But yeah, that's little Onion DAO in a nutshell.
That's amazing. I love pies, whether it's growing the pie or pizza pie. Looking forward to. Sorry.
Deep Dish DAO was the alternative name. Thank you, TJ. Was the runner-up, but I liked Onion DAO just a little bit more.
Deep Dish would have made a lot of sense, but now that you've explained the poetic nature of Onion DAO, I like it a lot. So
thank you.
Same. I didn't know that story. Very cool.
Awesome.
Thank you, Dev. Appreciate you. Let's get,
Thank you
let's
so
get a little
much,
USA in the chat. Say, give me a hell yeah in the chat. Please clap.
Hell yeah, brother.
Hell yeah.
Yay. All right. Thank you, Dev.
Yes.
All right. So this one is a little self-serving. There is a state in this country called Texas. And in Texas, there are many smaller cities. That's how these things work. And the person that is responsible for all of that is our very own Kaiser. So, Kaiser, welcome to the stage and tell us about Vortex.
Oh, is it about me? Let me tell you something, John. It's always about me, whether you know it or not. I should have went first because America always comes first. But it's fine. We'll talk about it. So here's the deal with Vortex. What we're doing here. Let me tell you about the name. So I put a lot of thought into the name. Vortex. Yeah, I did. Let me tell you, John. So first of all, you might be wondering, where's the E? The TX stands for two things, Texas and transaction at the same time. It's a little wordplay for you, okay? I'd be ribbity rapping. That's a bar for you.
That's deep. That's 1.5 levels deep, dude.
Yeah, dude. It's almost deep. It's almost as deep as a deep dish. Not quite. I tried a little reference there. It wasn't funny. It's fine. We'll keep moving. The other thing is, what we're doing with Vortex is, here's my theory. What we need to do with crypto is the same thing that the internet did before it. The old internet. This is the new internet. What did the old internet do? It sucked in all of the world's greatest talent, all of the capital, all of the mind share. Everybody was thinking about the internet. Everybody wanted to be involved. Everybody wanted to throw their money at it. And that's what we need to do with crypto too. So we're establishing a vortex for all of the world's greatest talent, capital, culture, and mind share. So far, we've gotten started. Texas is a little interesting because we've got multiple major cities and tech hubs. We've got the Dallas Fort Worth area, which also has Plano. We've got Houston. We've got Austin, and then even West Texas is, you know, as much as it's not as much of a population center, they're building quantum computing centers. They've got Bitcoin mining. It's very much trying to establish itself as a mecca for the next frontier of technology, and especially crypto. So my bet is that Texas is going to play a really huge role in the U.S. becoming the crypto capital of the world. And what we're trying to do is just bring people together, give people a reason to be able to meet each other, give them support, whether it's, you know, university events, general events, their social mixers, career happy hours, things to get people to work and increase the GDP of crypto in the USA. That's what we're trying to do. And we hopefully will have more soon. We've really got some good things going. We've got a really great community going. If you're in Texas, reach out to me. Check out allmites _US. We are the ones running Vortex. We've got a Solana Texas group chat for you to check out and be a part of. Keep up to date with all the different community events. We've got people in the community self-hosting events. We've got some good stuff coming. Actually, I think coming soon in the next couple of weeks, we have a hackathon put together by Texas Tech, and that'll actually be a nationwide university hackathon, online hackathon. And both myself and Coliseum are contributing to that. So hopefully we see a new generation of startups come out of that too. Thank you, John. Appreciate your time.
Of course, of course. Remind us again, what are the 3 cities?
Sorry, I had to play that. The 3 major cities, because we're also in West Texas, but the 3 major cities are Austin, Houston, and Dallas, Fort Worth area. So find us, vortex.xyz. Apply for a grant, apply to join our elite community, and we'll do everything we can to support you and help you win.
That is exciting. I definitely want to visit sometime, get some barbecue, although maybe not in the middle of the summer when it's very hot. I hear bad
Yes,
things.
that's a pretty, well, hey, it's still great. It's still great, okay?
Great.
Don't ever talk bad about Texas.
Still great.
We'll come for you. Beautiful.
Okay.
Thanks so much, John.
With that, thank you, Kaiser, for talking to us about Vortex. Let's move on. We are going west to east. Wow, I went really far east with this one. The port is, well, I don't want to steal anyone's thunder, but one of the best community hubs in the nation. And let's welcome up, hopefully, the hub, and hopefully my camera stops turning off in the middle of my stream.
It'll work itself out. Let's come on down. We'll bring it up. Some absolute legends in the Solana ecosystem. Well, sorry.
Yo.
Yep. Welcome, my friend. Tell us a little bit more about the port. And I hear there's something called Ship Week. Could you tell us about that?
Indeed, yeah. So I can just jump into the history of the port really quick, but it was founded by myself, Seg from Jito, and Lil Perp from Drift in August of 24, so last year. We're about 6 months old, and we're a co-working space that's 24/7, 365, and we have like an office space that's on a long-term lease. So we'll be here in sunny South Florida for years to come. But effectively, like a lot of other communities that have already spoken, we provide a space for the Solana community to come together, get work done, meet each other, collaborate, network. But we're doing so in Miami. So that's a bit about the port. And yeah, the port's a public charity, and our mission is to provide a collaborative meet space where technologists unite to accelerate human progress through innovation. So that's kind of what we provide. And like you mentioned, we do have something called Ship Week coming up March 24th through March 30th, which is going to be a massive ecosystem event, mainly consisting of the Solana ecosystem. But we have some great teams coming in to talk and to hang out for the week, which happens to be during Miami Music Week as well. So for any music and Solana aficionados, Ship Week's a good week for you. But yeah, that's kind of the story. Some of the folks that are going to be coming down for Ship Week, I guess I can just plug really quick, but Ellipsis Labs, Jito, DKS, Cooley Law Firm, which is a crypto firm here in Miami, Asset Dash, Multicoin Capital. They're all backing the event. And then we have a bunch of other great teams coming in, such as MetaDAO, TXTX, SendAI, QuickNode, Switchboard, Rad Labs, Lulo, Asymmetric Research, OtterSec, and a few others. But if you have nothing better to do other than come to Miami, Florida at the end of March, I highly recommend it. We're going to be having a great event here. So it's basically everything.
The port is a wonderful place. We came through for Art Basel at the end of last year. It was a great space for the entire community. Great mix of culture and builders, and just a wonderful spot. So I appreciate you providing that space for the rest of us. And I hope Ship Week goes well.
Thanks, appreciate it. We'll be here for the next few years, accelerating this USA push. So let's do it.
Accelerate.
Let's go, dude. Love it. Thank you so much. Appreciate you joining us. We'll see you at the next one as well. Wow, some amazing things happening in the United States. Incredible things are happening in Solana and in the United States.
Yeah, I mean, it's interesting when we posted about this on X. There was a lot of people who were surprised to see different, groups in different places. And maybe the newest one on the block is New York City. So would love to welcome the wonderful Becca to talk a little bit more about what's going on in the city that never sleeps.
Come on down. John's camera broke again. Excellent. Welcome.
Hello, friends. Oh my goodness. There's so many beautiful cities all around this great land. And yet, New York City is obviously where everything is happening. Accelerate's going to be here. Thank you. Yes, we need those soundboards. Honestly, New York is, the center of so many incredible things, the culture and the financial districts and just the creative scene and the Solana office and Skyline. And all of these amazing initiatives are all accumulating this year into a momentous, accelerating, incredible situation. So we've been building out the Skyline ecosystem here. The Skyline is sort of centered a little bit around the Solana hub, where we have a wonderful event space that more and more is happening here. Every Friday we have co-working. We've been hosting some amazing events. Even just last night, we had the Columbia University friends here, the digital storytelling lab with all sorts of creators and artists and professors and all the people. A good 110 people absolutely packed our space. And there's a lot more happening all throughout the next months and going all through Accelerate and NFT NYC and on top of that, we have other amazing collaborations going on. And so the beginning is just begun. Skyline only launched a few short weeks ago, but there's already so much excitement and so much momentum. And there's a handy little QR code in the corner. The handle is @Solana Skyline. And if anyone has any questions or needs anything, I am always available to help.
There was supposed to be a trigger word for the eagle. I don't remember what it was, but
freedom.
Freedom.
Freedom. Oh
yeah. She said the word.
Thank you.
Skyline is near and dear to my heart. That photo was taken from the rooftop of the office. We have 4 floors here. We have a bunch of ecosystem teams that work out of this building, including myself and a handful of my coworkers. It's just a wonderful place to be, and New York City is just the perfect intersection of a lot of different components of the crypto ecosystem. So I'm so happy that Becca's here to help lead the charge on Skyline and make it a reality.
Absolutely. It's an honor, and there's already so much enthusiasm and excitement, and there are amazing founders here. I don't know if you saw that we did a little moment with Armani, and then there's a whole bunch of local founder content coming up to celebrate all of the teams here and finally give them the love and support, and they can really flourish because it's been a long time coming, and this year is the year of Solana in America. Eagle.
Freedom.
We did it.
We did
I remembered. All right.
Thank you, Becca.
Thank you so much, Becca. We love you. We love you.
Thank you,
Thank
friends.
you
We
for
love
all
you.
you do. We'll see you in New York.
All right.
All right, there we go.
We're going just slightly east to Boston.
All right, am I crazy? Is there two Jakes? We gotta hold on. Let's take a bow.
Oh,
Ladies and gentlemen,
What's up, Kaiser?
it's
What's up,
time
Tom?
for Solana Boston. All right, sorry. Let's continue.
Man, Skyline has a sick logo.
Becca threw that together in like one Chaos Celsius powered night. So, if you two can also accomplish something. Wow, my camera is really hating me today, huh?
What the funny thing is we did like 5 screen tests and everything was fine. We're like, we're good. We're overthinking it. And then immediately, obviously it's a John Wong skill issue, but it's all right. We'll keep moving. My friends, tell us about Boston. Yeah, Boston's an important part of the country. I don't know if people realize first of all, it's a really huge academic center, also a really big cultural center. Tell us about Boston. Tell us about Boston DAO, what you're doing with Solana, and anything else that you want to add.
Yeah, hell yeah. Jake and I are from Boston DAO. It's wicked nice 50 degrees here. That's in Fahrenheit, of course. Kaiser, can you hit the USA button? There we go. Yeah, so we started the Boston DAO in 2021. This has been 4 years now, almost as old as Solana mainnet or beta. We organized Solana Boston, a bunch of other crypto meetups throughout the year in Boston. And last year was our first year doing the conference. We had over 400 attendees. We had some awesome people like Dan Albert, Pedro Miranda from the foundation joining us. We also had a lot of really sick teams from the Solana ecosystem. So shout out to Lulo, XP, Baxis, a bunch of others that I'm probably forgetting. And yeah, we're planning to do it again this year on the weekend of September 12th. So mark your calendars. If anyone needs help getting from Boston to Accelerate, we're also helping out with that. So let us know. Twitter is on the slide right here at Solana Boston. Jake, did I miss anything here?
I think you hit most of it. We'll be running a few events ahead of Accelerate over the next couple months that we'll be tweeting out from at Solana Boston. So give us a follow to stay in the loop on all the events coming up.
That's all I got.
Okay. Thank you guys for organizing Solana Boston. It's one of the few conferences that I had extreme FOMO for because everyone I knew was there except for me. So hopefully I can make it this time around for another edition of Solana Boston.
Thanks.
Beautiful. Thank you guys so much. Wicked smart. Sorry.
Pack the cat.
Pack the cat. Thanks, guys. Appreciate you. Can't wait to visit you guys.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, shit. Well,
oh, man.
What was that?
Wait.
Hold on.
Wait, how do I get past
I think you might
this?
have to
just skip through it.
Hold on. Just click over once.
real
quick.
I thought we were.
Oh. Uh-oh. Wait. Whoops. What's going on? Click it over. Oh, okay. All right. Sorry. My bad. Technical difficulties. You weren't supposed to do that. Whoops.
Oh, man.
I don't know what that was.
Don't
pay attention to it. All right. So
what do we do?
I don't know. I think we can't talk about it. I'm under NDA.
We can't. Okay.
Well,
okay. Well, then let's just skip over it. Nothing
happened.
was important
Nothing
on that
happened
slide.
there.
So
that was not important.
We'll just move past it. We'll move past it. There's nothing about Solana across America on that.
No. All right. So let's talk about Accelerate, John. If you don't mind, I have a little something I would love to play for the crowd.
Oh yeah, do it.
Let's do it. It might be loud. You guys might have to adjust your volume. Okay. It's your problem. Figure it out. I don't apologize.
Never apologize.
All right. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Accelerate.
There's nothing more American than innovation. The automobile, flight,
introducing the U.S. Navy's first radio-controlled jet fighter,
landing on the moon.
It's one small step for man, one giant leap for mankind.
It's in the American DNA. and it's what makes America great.
The Eagle has landed.
But now, it's time to accelerate. A week-long celebration of new American tech, coming May 19th through the 23rd in New York City. 2 conferences in one, taking over the city at the center of the American crypto renaissance. Scale or Die, an educational event for developers on the bleeding edge of moving data at the speed of light. Ship or Die, a massive conference celebrating new American products and builders and the past, present, and future of American tech. American innovation is back. It's time to change the world.
Oh my God, dude! God
Right.
bless America. I just had to. I started standing up and saluting. I do that often. You know, sometimes when I'm using the bathroom, I do it. But
Oh boy.
man, that really got me. That really got me in the heart. All right, White Claw down, whiskey down, Red Bull. All right, John,
My
your
camera's
camera's
bad.
broken again.
My
but it's
camera's
okay.
broken
We
again.
can
You
hear
gotta buy me 20
It's fine.
seconds.
The people are looking at me anyways. Let's be real. I'm the eye candy here. You just, you're the brains of the operation. How about you tell us a little bit more about Accelerate? Get this thing kicked off, my brother. Oh, there he is.
All right, we are back. America's back too. And here I am to talk about Accelerate, which is the next best conference by Solana. So I think that, this is one of those really unique opportunities in time to, recognize that the winds are shifting, right? The tides are rising, and there's so many great builders. Oh, hey, breaking, America's back. Maybe it never left, but I think Accelerate is one of the next greatest opportunities for all of us to not just show, hang out and hang out with all of our friends here on the call, but also a great opportunity to showcase everything that we're building and to show the next wave of folks, what can be built. It is though a 2-part conference, and I do want to make sure that we talk about both equally. So I'm here to welcome up Saul, who is going to talk about Scale or Die. One moment.
Ladies and gentlemen, one of the biggest brains I've ever met in my life.
Too big, in fact.
Too big, in fact. I don't know what that means, but it sounds like you just projected a little something, Saul, my friend. Let's welcome up Solomon.
Hey, how's it going?
Little claws.
Yeah, brain so big I got a concussion last week, as it goes.
It's a little smaller now.
Yeah. So, thanks for welcoming on. First, I'll start with a couple cool tech updates that are happening in the ecosystem. So we have SIMD 228, which is the new inflation controller SIMD, 218, intermediate vote credits, 123, block revenue distribution. We have things like Solana Kit coming out, slot times are under 400 milliseconds consistently, Fire Dancer added support for bundles. We have a lot going on in the Solana ecosystem on the tech side, and a lot of it doesn't get too much screen time. So wanted to talk about why do we want a dev-focused conference and why now, right? If you ever sort of surveyed developers after Breakpoint, you'd get one common response. DeFi Day and Block Zero were the most helpful and engaging. What are DeFi Day and Block Zero? DeFi Day is a DeFi-focused event focused on developers building the latest and greatest protocols in DeFi. Block Zero was a validator and RPC-focused event on scaling to 1 million TPS. These were community-hosted events that run up to Breakpoint, and we got a lot of traction there, and we wanted to make that happen over and over and over again. And so we wanted to build this new developer-focused conference to have the latest and greatest pitched by the best gigabrains in the ecosystem, Solana and outside of Solana. And we wanted to build a conference where you'd have a breath of fresh air, without marketing, without product pitches, without salespeople asking you to onboard to the new SaaS product. You wanted a conference only for developers. And so we built this new conference focused on a couple of key tracks: research, learn about the latest and greatest in consensus, networking, economics, cryptography, applications, right? We don't want to focus on what products you're building, but like how you built them and how you're scaling to millions of users. We want to focus on security and privacy, focus on monitoring, self-verification, self-sovereign money, on-chain privacy preserving technologies, core protocol, learn about all these new SIMDs that are happening. How do we scale to 1 million users? How do we scale to millions of TPS? How do we lower stake costs? How do we get reliable transaction inclusion? We also want developer tooling. If you want to build on the chain, how can we make it that much easier to build tools, whether that's indexers like helper libraries like Gil or anything else? We want you to have a firsthand look on all the new stuff getting built. And then we also want to talk about infrastructure. You always hear sort of talk about blaming the RPCs. We want to blame the RPCs a little bit more, but on a bigger stage. We'll talk about SCM proliferation, what's happening in the RPC world, new things about Firedancer, MEV, and that much more. So we wanted a stage for a lot of these developers to have some screen time, have some time up front to talk with the people building on the protocols, talk to people who are building on their infrastructure. And yeah, so we'll have a couple of pretty interesting key sponsors, but we're also hosting workshop rooms. So if you're a team that wants to run your own full day workshop, we have some room for you. And then we also have some room for developers to just hack it out in a dev cave. And then we'll have a lot of really interesting folks across the ecosystem talking about what's new in Solana.
Thanks, Saul, for the breakdown. You mentioned that it's for developers. How are they ultimately going to get access to said conference?
Yeah, so one important thing here is that we're actually going through LinkedIn's and GitHub's through the application process. So this is an application-only conference. You'll go to the Accelerate page, you'll put in your information, and then we'll reach out to you if we think you're a good fit. So the key focus here is on developers, on technically adjacent folks. But if you have any questions about your application, feel free to reach out to me at Twitter or x.com/PKXRO.
And for those of you in the audience, that is solana.com/accelerate. And that is where you can see tickets to Scale or Die. You make sure you apply with your GitHub and all that good stuff. Anything else to add, Saul?
No, I think that's it.
Thank you, my friend. We appreciate you. Let me give you a little USA chant. I think we need a little bit of that. If you're like me and you have no clue what the fuck Solomon was talking about just there. Oh, sorry, shit. Did I just curse?
To be fair, you never do, so that's your problem.
Yeah, well, it's a skill issue for sure, but hey, you know what I mean? Yeah, that's it. That's
Just get good.
But we appreciate you. We appreciate all the developers. Listen, this whole crypto movement that we've got going on, it's a synergy of technology, community, and finance. We need all three of those pieces coming together, and we could not do what we do without you and your kin and everybody else that's contributing to the infrastructure and technology. So thank you so much for everything you do, man.
Thank you for the big brain. All right, let's do it. Let's move on to the middle thing, which is side events. And actually, oh no, wait. Yeah, this is right. So basically, the first 2 days of that week, this Accelerate conference is the entire week, people. So you're going to be in New York City Monday, Tuesday. If you're a developer, hang out with Saul and his big brain. On Wednesday, there's a bunch of side events happening. I know that Drift is doing something. There might be some DPIN stuff. America's back on Wednesday specifically, not the other days, just Wednesdays. But there's a lot of things going on in the Solana ecosystem in New York City during that week. But I do need to talk about the other conference here, which is Ship or Die, and this is our big conference. And I'm happy to say that I'm helping out with content programming for this, and it's been interesting to see how this is framed, because the first thing that people say is, "Oh, okay, is this Breakpoint USA?" And guys, if it was Breakpoint USA, we would just call it Breakpoint. Right. Accelerate is an opportunity to raise the roof. It's an opportunity to create a temple event that's not just about Solana, but Solana adjacent, which is all of crypto adjacent, which is things like finance and technology and culture, all of which intersect right here in New York City. This thing is going to be massive. The speaker list is already incredible. It's slightly overwhelming because it's just a few months away, but I do think this is an opportunity for us to show show the world what we're made of here in the Solana ecosystem and beyond. So it's going to be a beautiful space, mapping out everything from San Francisco and Washington, D.C., all the way through to, New York and D.C., through to Chicago, all the way to the West Coast to San Francisco. Ellie and the events team will show you guys a show that you'll never forget. So very excited about Accelerate. And in fact, I'm actually so excited about Accelerate, Kaiser, that I'm going to give away a ticket to Accelerate right here on this particular call. So
Oh,
if
wow.
you, man, I'm already regretting how I'm going to do this, but if you DM me proof of USA on X, JNWNG, I will choose from a random folk. Make sure that you can attend. If you can't attend, I will not be refunding you your zero cost ticket. I think for the folks that are showing up at regional events too, there might be a little something. If you show up to Hack Week Ship Week or any of the Tidal DAO events or any of the events across the USA between now and Accelerate, please support your local Solana ecosystem team. Come on through to Accelerate and see what the Solana ecosystem is made of.
Beautiful. Thank you so much. I was wondering about something about this. This Accelerate conference is such a culmination of so many things, and also like a kickoff point. One of the things we talk about is how it's kind of like a man on the moon moment, right? There's this global crypto race that's about to happen, and the USA is in it to win it at this point, and in a lot of ways leading the way, as it always does, as the greatest country on earth. So clarify something for me: is Accelerate for Solana, or is it for all of crypto?
It's all of crypto, right? Like Breakpoint is the Solana Fest where you get to see every nook and cranny of Solana. Accelerate, if that audience is just Solana people, then we've probably done something wrong, because in New York City, it's the opportunity to talk to folks in Wall Street, to talk to street artists that work in Brooklyn. It's an opportunity to really tap into different audiences that maybe couldn't make it out to Lisbon or Amsterdam and Singapore to see what Solana is made of. We're bringing the show right here to the United States to show people what crypto can do, and that's not just going to happen on Solana. Sorry, but I think that that's an opportunity for everyone to grow the pie, as it were.
I love that so much. It's something that's near and dear to my heart. I think I personally, I have a Solana bias. I think Solana is the best, period. But also, I think that the USA winning the crypto race is really important. There's a lot at stake. When I think about it, it's damn near a national security issue. Okay, we're talking about trillions of dollars in GDP and tax revenue. We're talking about millions of jobs. We're talking about the protection of your right to transact with people without government approval or censorship. Something really near and dear to my heart. So thank you, John. Thank you, everybody who's involved with Accelerate, for putting this on, not just for Solana, but for all of crypto. Also, I got a little gag. We should put this on the
I get it.
breaking John's camera. I should have did that earlier.
I get it.
Sorry.
Okay.
All right. So, John, kick us off to the next slide. Like, what can you tell us about? Like, what's happening between now and Accelerate? How are we going to get there? Give us a little more detail.
Yeah. So, guess what? It's not that far away. May is just about 80 days away. But between now and then, we have some awesome milestones to celebrate. March 16th, happy birthday, Solana. For those of you in New York, shout out to Skyline and Becca. There's going to be a fun event, so go sign up for that. Across the USA, there will be events. We've already talked about things like Ship Week. There might have been some confidential stuff that got leaked earlier on this call that we might be doing that might be interesting. But this is one of the unique opportunities where we can build a conference in a place that everybody's at. So there's hundreds of ecosystem teams in New York City and across the USA. It's a great opportunity to come see what's up in New York City at Scale or Die and Ship or Die. And I think the next few months are going to be really exciting across the USA.
Beautiful. Thank you so much, John. Before we close these things off, I have an unorthodox request. I see somebody that joined us backstage who I think deserves an opportunity to speak.
Absolutely.
Reverse this back to the Mountain DAO slide, the Salt Lake City slide. Let's bring up one of the OGs of the ecosystem, dude. One somebody who's done so much for Solana that I don't know if we could ever get as much credit as he deserves. Let's bring up, ladies and gentlemen, Barrett, you back there? You ready to go? Let's do it, ladies and gentlemen. Let's bring down from Mountain DAO one of the greatest OGs in the Solana space. Also involved in Ranger Finance, involved in so many different things. Let's bring up Barrett himself, the OG. Uh-oh. Hold on. I think you're on mute, but also, hold on. Wait, it's time for the gag. Breaking. John's camera. Ha! Gotcha. Got his ass.
Got him again, dude.
All right. Sorry. Barrett, my friend. Sorry, I saw you join, and I just thought, this guy, and you're gonna join us for all the calls, but you deserve some flowers, you deserve some recognition. We have great respect for you, so I want to give you a chance to talk. Give us your take on Mountain DAO, what you set out to create, and what is in store for the future.
Yeah, I mean, when Edgar and I started it back in 2021, I mean, it was really just a place to be like, hey, let's bring a bunch of people together and build cool shit with our friends and see what can be spun out of the event that we were going to put on. I think, we took like a pretty different approach than kind of some of the other community events that were going on, much more extended dated horizon, generally less people, although now it's gotten like pretty big. I think we had like one day that we checked in like over 300 people at this Mountain DAO, which was like, I think prior we'd only had like one that had like more than 300 over the entire amount of time. So that was pretty cool. But yeah, I mean, we just set out to try and see what we can do and help and elevate the ecosystem and building cool shit, dude.
Let's go.
John. USA. Thank you so much, Barrett, for joining us. Looking forward to joining you at the next Mountain DAO and hopefully see you at Accelerate.
I'll definitely be there.
Amazing.
It's cool to see a breakpoint level event like be hosted in the United States. It's obviously like as an American building a Solana ecosystem, it's been cool to see like all these, United States hubs pop up from Mountain DAO to the port to Skyline, Tidal DAO, obviously our boys Vortex in Texas, and I'm sure I just missed some Boston DAO. I think it's super cool, and then to like now have a breakpoint level conference hosted specifically for Solana. I think obviously like broadly for crypto, but more along on the Solana ecosystem is really cool to see.
Absolutely, and I again want to appreciate all the work that you all have done in setting the stage for the rest of us. Right, you're one of the first, one of the best. Appreciate you and all the hard work.
Appreciate you. I mean, there wouldn't be Mountain DAO without the Solana ecosystem, right?
Absolutely. All right, I'm gonna fix my camera one more time, and in the meantime, thank you, Barrett, for joining us. While I get to the end of this slide.
Thank you, Barrett. We love you, man. We love Mountain DAO. Can't wait to see what we do next together.
Yeah, I'm excited.
Beautiful.
Thanks for having me on.
Thank you, my friend. Nope.
All right.
Look at the time.
Look at the time.
It's time for John's camera to break.
Oh, whoops.
Oh.
Woo, confidential. Okay. Well, you know what, Kaiser? It has been an absolute awesome time with you. This has been the first episode of Solana Across America. Thank you. I didn't say freedom, but I said freedom again. Freedom was
whatever, dude.
Yeah, whatever. We're over time right now, but unfortunately, you're going to be seeing us the next every couple of weeks, all the way through to Accelerate.
That's right.
So we hope we can highlight and showcase many of the builders right here in the USA, all the way through to Accelerate, and hopefully celebrate with you all there. Kaiser, any closing words for the audience?
Listen, I got something to say. Get ready for change. Get ready for a revolution. It's time for Solana America. Solana in the USA, baby. We're ushering in the next 100 years of finance, and it's going to be built on Solana. Imagine a world where everything in the world, including beliefs, trends, social trends, whatever you believe in, trades on chain 24/7, accessible to anyone with an internet connection. That's the future, and it's going to be built on Solana. That's my prediction, and I think first of all, it's going to be built in the USA, baby. Before I kick these off or close things off with I'm going to close it off with a video, if that's okay, John. I just wanted to say thank you, everybody, for joining us. John, you want to say a quick goodbye before I take it off rails?
Thank you and goodbye, and see you guys next time.
All right, beautiful. Ladies and gentlemen, this has been the first Solana across the USA, Solana America, whatever the fuck we're going to call it. Thanks for joining us. We're going to have many more in the future, maybe. I don't know. Who cares? Ladies and gentlemen, it's Solana in USA. Let's kick it off with the outro. I hope this works. I don't know if this is going to work or not. All right. Thank you, John.
Most people building on Solana, and certainly the founding team are all really into endurance sports. Solana has this common thread where we tend to attract endurance athletes.
I think everyone has that will or desire to like be better than they were yesterday. I think it's actually a super important thing that you arguably only really get really viscerally from sports.
My mom would wake me up at like 4:30 and I would swim before school and then I'd swim after school.
I was a competitive athlete. At one point, I was an All-American.
I played rugby in college.
Running has always been like a really big part of my life.
I played soccer professionally. I raced cars professionally. I played poker professionally.
Basketball, yeah, pretty much basketball. I still play basketball.
I grew to only 6 feet tall, and so I realized that my dreams of being an NBA Jewish player was going absolutely nowhere.
In some ways, each of these founders are making each other better, pushing each other to be the best version of themselves, in kind of the crude sports analogy.
But I think largely it's just people that want to change the world. They'll do whatever it takes to get there. Energy and fire.
You have to be extraordinarily resilient.
You can make a lot of progress if you try really hard.
Persistence is super key.
There's always the next step and the next breath. And I think it's very similar to kind of the journey of being a founder. It's like you never really stop running.
I think it conditions you also for failure. You fail all the time in sports. Like, in fact, most of the time you are failing.
People who play sports in general are very competitive. If you're an entrepreneur, you have to be competitive.
I like you, but I still want to beat you.
I hate losing. Like, even if someone's jaywalking faster than me, I'm like, I gotta keep going. There's no reason to compete on this. It is just like an instinctual pain.
And maybe sports is just a good proxy for pain and suffering. Could be.
It's fun to try to wake up every day and continue to improve yourself and push yourself to what you can do. I think that's the fun part, is the game versus yourself.